There's another sort of competition on the Russian side, and that has to do with energy. And to some extent, there's been pressure to increase Romania's independence and to cut a little bit back Russian influence. We've seen that in Germany with the gas pipeline that was supposed to go to Russia to Germany. Have you seen that same sort of pressure on Romania on the Russian side in terms of trying to insist on their energy support? And has the West pushed back?
There's implicit pressure. I think the pressure I would say right now is the Romanians pressuring themselves to get their offshore law kind of updated and finish this sale. Exxon has to finish selling its stake in its Black Sea offshore interest to Romgaz, and then Romgaz, Rompetrol will be the joint owners of that, and they would like to start producing, and that will increase the energy independence not only of Romania, but will start helping to supply Hungary and others. The Hungarians keep talking about this, and I think they really are interested in trying to find a way to get supply from offshore Romanian sources. It's good. It's hard to tell how long the EU will favorably treat natural gas in its energy scheme, but I think at least in the next few years, they could do quite well with this. Excuse me. This also prevents Romania from, or would prevent Romania from having to look to other sources of gas, right? Which, you know, we have plenty of pipelines connecting through Turkey and down in Greece and Bulgaria and other places like that, carrying Russian gas, other projects in mind. So, you know, the more Romania can do, the better. The more it can produce itself, I think, the better. But to be honest, right now, we're not a huge producer of this. They've got to really get this online, and we hope to see that soon. You know, that we
are the Romanians in Constanța, you know, in the biggest Black Sea port, are they trying to extend their lines of rail lines or other lines to get energy pumped out of towards the west?
Well, that I think touches on a much bigger subject, the 3 Seas initiative and some of these big infrastructure projects. I've heard, I'll be honest, on 3 Seas. What have I heard from the Romanian government? They've got a lot of other infrastructure priorities they're pursuing right now. 3 Seas requires a number of countries, some of them large, to coordinate their infrastructure spending, and so far there's a lot of interest in doing this, and you can see President Duda was just here talking to President Iohannis about this, and you hear this all the time. I have yet to see the plan and a timeline by which this would happen. Right now, I see 3 Seas potentially as maybe most effectively as a coordination mechanism. It may not turn into the funding mechanism it was originally envisioned to be. But that's okay. It doesn't have to do that. You know, and again, to build the rail to sea and the Via Carpathia, I have pictures of the routes of these things. You know, perspective are sitting on my desk at the office, like looking at, okay, where would this go? You have to find a way for all these countries to start these projects simultaneously, essentially, and find a way. Okay, you're going to build this piece, and we'll just, it's going to take a long time. You got to find financing for this. EU funding can be used, I think, for these kinds of infrastructure projects, but it's going to take a lot, and you're going to have to divert it from other infrastructure projects you're building. And right now, I think the focus in Romania that I've seen has been finishing out the national highway system, which is in sore need of being finished, as you are well aware. If they got to get that done first, and then maybe some of that could be enhanced and added in, and then with pieces added on could become part of this larger project. Rail to sea also would be excellent. But if they build this pipeline, they could at least get gas out to Hungary. They could probably do that fairly quickly. And even to Moldova, there's now an interconnector there. And so that, you know, that right away, I think you could see some results from without the need for too much more